The shade under which you sit will not accompany you on your journey, as the sun will not wait for you. Welcome, viewers, to Science 60 of Section 8 of Chapter 22 of the Holy Quran. Namshi. ذلك ومن عاقب بمثل ما عوقب به ذلك ومن عاقب بمثل ما عوقب به. That is so, full stop. Zalika, that is so, full stop. And if one has retaliated to no greater extent than the injury he received, akaba bimithlu ma ukiba bihi thumma bagi alayhi layansurnahu Allah thumma and is again thumma and is again set upon and is again set upon inordinately. Thumma bagi alayhi and is again set upon inordinately. Yansuruhu Allahu. God will help him. Ansuruhu, help him. Allahu, God. As I said it before, in Arabic, the action comes first before the noun. The verb normally comes first before the noun. Yasruhu Allah, help him. Help, God will. Or something like that. Yasruhu Allah. Okay. Inna Allah la afuwan gafurun. Inna Allah la afuwan. That's it. La afuwan gafurun. Inna Allah la afuwan gafurun. For God is one who blots out sins and forgives again and again. Inna Allah la afuwan blots out sins, and the sins is in inverted commas. Let us go back to the beginning. That is the beginning of the sentence. What is it? That is so. The is so is in brackets. That is so, full stop. The words is so are in brackets. In other words, without the brackets, it's just read that, then full stop. That, then this word, this then full stop. And that is Zalika. Then that's what, it doesn't make sense. The commentator has added that is so, of course, to make a meaning. Is the second bracket here with sins, concerning sins, that has made me to go back there. And so that blots out sins. Sins here is also in brackets. La afu one blots out. La afu one blots out. Gafurun and forgives into brackets again and again. La gafurun, then into brackets again and again. Commentary 2840. I'm struggling to see the words well. Commentary I don't know if it's 40 or 90. Oh my God. Yes, it's 20. Coming to 2840. uh, Ordinarily, Muslims are enjoined to bear injuries with patience and return good for evil. Chapter 23, 96. That's the next chapter. We have to go there. So, uh, viewers, take note of that when we get to chapter 23 and then Psalm 96. And hopefully, we shall go there by the grace of God. Mm, Full stop. But there are occasions when human feelings get the better of our wise resolution, comma, or when, comma, in a state of conflict or war, we return as good as we get. As good as we get is in double inverted commas. We return as good as we get. Full stop. In that case, our retaliation is permissible, provided the injury we inflict is not greater than that we receive. If somebody slaps you, sign, then you go. Sign, 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 sign. It's no good. Uh, just retaliate if you have. If you can't keep your calm, fine. If you cannot keep your calm, also give him sign. But don't let him give you sign. Then you say sign, sign, sign. Boop, boop, boop. It doesn't. It's ungodly. Huh? Okay. Pardon me for laughing. It's a holy laugh, eh? uh, let's see. Oh, I've lost my bearing. Uh, Return as good as we get. Mm. Okay, but there are occasions when let them go back to the beginning of the sentence. But there are occasions when human feelings get the better of our wise resolution, or when in a state of conflict or war, we return as good as we get. Full stop. In that case, our retaliation, yes, is the retaliation that the word retaliation that I was looking for. In that case, our retaliation is permissible, provided the injury we inflict is not greater than that we receive. Full stop. After such retaliation, comma, we are even, comma, but if the other side again acts aggressively and goes beyond all bounds in attacking us, we are entitled to protection from God in spite of all our faults. Semicolon. For God is one that blots out our sins, a full one, mm, a full one that blots out our sins and forgives again and again. Gafurun. La afu one, Gafurun. And that was note 2840 to sign 60. Let's proceed to sign 61. ذلك بأن الله يولج الليل في النهار ويولج النهار في ليل. ذلك بأن الله يولج الليل في النهار ويولج النهار في ليلة. That is because God merges night into day, and He merges day into night. Uh, وأن الله سميع بصير وأن الله سميع بصير. uh, Verily, it is God who hears Sami'un and sees Basirun, all things is in brackets. He hears and he sees. Asma'u wa ara. Asma'u wa ara. He told Moses, mm, La tahafu, la tahafu. Ana asma'u wa ara is hearing before seeing. Mm. All things. Note 2841 or 2841. uh, it's a long note anyway, comparatively. Mm. To some, it may appear strange or even irreconcilable that God should be both merciful and just. Mm. We may not understand it. He's merciful and at the same time just. If he has to apply the part of him that is just, it appears he's not merciful, but he is. Mm? Because if you pull yourself out of his mercy, he will be just. He will punish you. You will bear the consequences. Merciful and just. Semicolon. Uh, that he should both protect his devotees and yet ask for their self-sacrifice. Semicolon. That he should command them to return good for evil, comma, and yet permit retaliation under certain restrictions. Yeah, that's where the conflict of thought comes in. Uh, that's what the commentators say. For some, it may appear strange or even irreconcilable that God should be both merciful and just. So, and this part is telling us under set, yet permit retaliation. Yes, yet permit retaliation. Mm. It doesn't seem to most of us to be understandable, but it is. Certain restrictions, full stop. But such thoughts are short sighted. But such thoughts are short sighted. In other words, those who think that the two cannot go together. Mm. Full stop. Do they not see many inconsistencies in all life? Do they not see many inconsistencies in all life? Comma, all nature, comma, and all creation? Question mark. Full stop. Why, comma, even in such simple phenomena, in such simple phenomena as night and day, comma, the one merges into the other. You know, night is the opposite of day. Night is dark, day is light, is bright, and yet the two merge together. So if it's merciful and at the same time just, we should understand it. That's what the commentator is telling us here. The two must merge in order for life to go on smoothly. Mm. Uh, merges into the other, day and night. The one merges into the other, comma, and no one can tell when precisely the one begins and the other ends. You cannot tell precisely. There's no sharp mark between day and night. When the night is ending, it goes slowly. It doesn't just come at once. But that's warning to us. There's a warning that look, it's getting dark. It's getting dark until it finally gets dark. Likewise, when it's getting to daybreak, the light doesn't come at once. Boom. No, it comes gradually, brightening slowly until it is totally bright when the sun comes out. So there's no conflict of thought there. So this is parable, if you like. Hmm? Comparison between day and night, and God being merciful and at the same time being just for people of understanding, of course. Uh, in other hands. Yet we can see in a rough sort of way that the one gives rest and the other activity, comma, that the one reveals the beauties of the starry heavens, that's the night, and the other the splendor of the sun, full stop. In countless ways, we can see there the wisdom, we can see there the wisdom and the fine artistry of God, full stop. And there are subtle nuances. Nuances is spelled Nuances. And there are subtle nuances and measures. And merges. Merges is spelled Merginges. There are subtle nuances and merges in nature that our intelligence can hardly penetrate. Full stop. Now, human life and human relations are far more complicated, of course, and it is God alone who can see all the subtle distinctions and, and hear the cries of all his creatures, comma, in a world which Tennyson described as red in tooth and claw, and that's in inverted commas. Red in tooth and claw is in inverted commas, uh, written by Tennyson, I suppose. Either he's a writer or a poet or something like that. Mm. All right. And that was note 2841 to sign 61. We now proceed to sign 62. We now proceed to sign 62. ذلك بأن الله هو الحق. ذلك بأن الله هو الحق. That is because God dash he is the reality. He alone is the reality. ذلك بأن الله هو الحق. Because God is reality. وأن ما يدعون من دونه هو الباطل. وما يدعون وما يدعون من دونه هو الباطل. هو الحق reality. And those besides him whom we invoke, they are but vain falsehood, batilun, vain falsehood, batilun. وأن الله هو علي كبير. وأن الله هو علي كبير. uh, Verily, God is He who are, God is He, Aliyun, most high, most great, most high, most great. Who are Aliyun Kabirun. That was note 28. No, pardon me. We are now going to the commentary. That's the sign. That's sign 2. That's sign 62. Let's go to the commentary there. 2842. 2842. And it's against God. God, He is, or God is. 2842. The emphatic construction calls attention to the fact that God is the only abiding reality. All else is like shadows that will pass away. Of course, I'm here, reading. I'll go. Whatever be the case, There's no two ways about that. No doubt about that. I'm going to die. God will remain. You, the viewers, all of you together will die one day, and everything about this will be history. God is there, up there, watching us. He's the only reality. Uh, okay, let me repeat the last part of it. All else is like shadows that will pass away. And that was note 2842 to sign 62. There is a second note to the same sign, 2843. Let's go there. And it's against most great. Mm. Huwa aliyun kabirun. Most great. Most high, most great. Mm. C note 2841, which we've read already. Mm. Our vain imagine, our vain imaginings, comma, groundless doubts, comma, foolish subtleness, no, foolish subtleties, and false worship should all give place to trust and faith in the one and only reality. In the one and only reality, who is God, Allahu. Good. We now go to sign 63. From sign 62, go to sign 63, of course. And what does it say? Alam, alam tara, anna Allah, anzala mina sama, alam tara, anna Allah, anzala mina sama'i, anzala mina sama'i ma'an. Alam tara anna Allah anzala mina sama'i ma'an. Seest thou not that God sends down rain from the sky, mina sama'i ma'an, rain. Alam tara, seest thou not? Fatasbihu, fat, sorry, fatusbihu al-ardu mugdaratan, sorry, pardon me, fatusbihu al-ardu muhdaratun, or muhdaratan, fatusbihu al-ardu muhdaratun. Sends down rain from the sky. And forthwith the earth becomes clothed, and hence and forthwith the earth becomes clothed with green, muhdaratan, with green, comma, muhdaratan. Muhdaratan rather, muhdaratan, and the sentence is muhdaratan. Al fatusbihu al ardu muhdaratan, fatusbihu becomes clothed. The earth becomes clothed with green, muhdaratan. Inna Allaha latifun habirun. Inna Allaha latifun habirun. For God is all subtle. That's the meaning of latifun. Then habirun, all aware. He's aware of everything under the sun, of course, and above the sun itself. Huwa latifun habirun. That's commentary 2844. 2844 is going to tell us the meaning of latif. No specific meaning. Anyway, let's go there. I think there are 4 or so meanings to it. and it do not tell us the one that applies in that verse 63. Mm. Let's see. Latif, mm, as a name of God, so it's just the name is a name of God, Latif. Only God can be described as being Latif. Every other human being is Abdul Latif, eh? Servant of God, servant of God, Abdul. Okay, Latif as a name of God, comma, is as difficult to define in words as the idea it seeks to represent is difficult to grasp, as the idea it seeks to represent is difficult to grasp in our minds. Full stop. It implies one, fine. It implies one, fine, subtle. And the word subtle is still coming. One, fine, subtle. Then into brackets, the basic meanings. Mm. So these are the basic meanings of the word latif: fine, subtle. Mm. Uh, Fine, subtle. These are the basic meanings of latif. Then two, so fine and subtle. It's appearing again. Subtle is appearing again. Two, so fine and subtle as to be imperceptible to human sight. So fine and subtle as to be imperceptible to human sight. Then, three, so pure as to be incomprehensible. So that's another word for latif, incomprehensible. Mm. Okay, then four, with sight so perfect as to see and understand the finest, with sight, SAGHT, with sight so perfect as to see and understand the finest, the finest subtleness. The word subtle is coming here again. The finest subtleness and mysteries. Then five, so kind and gracious as to bestow gifts of most refined kind. Semicolon. Extraordinarily gracious. And that's still the meaning of latif. It's under five, the two parts of it. Extraordinarily gracious and understanding. Okay, number four is the predominant meaning here. Number four is the predominant meaning here. And what is number four? Number four is with sight so perfect as to see and understand the finest subtleness and mysteries. I think that is basirun. It's referring to the word basirun. Mm. Okay. Four is the predominant meaning here. Mm. And in chapter 12, I suppose is Surah Al-Yusuf. And in chapter 12, sign 100, numbers 2 and 3 apply. The word subtle is there, latif is there. And this, the question, numbers 2, the meanings, I would say meanings 2 and 3 apply. In chapter 6, VI, if I'm making a mistake, and I'm chapter 6, and in chapter 6, VI, sign 103, and sorry, yeah. So the meanings 2 and 3 apply in chapter 12, sign 100, and in chapter 6, sign 103. That's what that means. Mm. And in and number 5 in XLII, which I construe to mean Uh, difficult. Okay, 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 viewers. I'll read the Roman numerals again. XLII. I believe that's chapter XLII, sign 19. Mm, I suppose that's 42. I suppose that's 42. If I'm not, pardon me. Mm, chapter XLII, sign 19. I suppose we go there, we will see Latif. No time to do that. Let's proceed. Mm. Semicolon. But every shade of meaning must must be borne in mind in each case. Anytime you use Latif, you must bear in mind all these meanings, 1 to 5. Mm. Okay. As a subsidiary factor in the spiritual melody, as a subsidiary factor in the spiritual melody. And that's commentary 2844 to sign 2844 to sign 63. That's commentary 2844 to sign 63. 28 commentary 2844 to sign 63. Let's go to sign 64. Let's go to sign 64 and see what is there for us. Hmm? له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. Hmm? To him belongs all that is in the heavens and on earth. Samawati, heavens, or we will say skies, and earth, al-ard. Then, وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَهُوَ غَنِيٌّ الْحَمِيدُ وَهُوَ الْغَنِيُّ الْحَمِيدُ. Hamid is a name. Hamid is a name. Praiseworthy. Mm. In fact, the word Ahmed is from there, and God is praiseworthy. Inna Allah lahuwa ganiyun hamidun. Ganiyun, self-sufficient. Hamidun, praiseworthy. Eh? He is free of all needs. That's the self-sufficiency I'm talking about here. He is free of all needs and worthy of praise. Hamidun. Commentary 2845. 2845 is against praiseworthy, or the whole verse. Each of the verses, 22, that's each of the verses, chapter 22, 61 to 63, we've just done that, mentioned two attributes of God with reference to the contents of that verse. Full stop. This verse now sums up the whole argument. And the two attributes with which it closes sum up the idea by which we can understand God's goodness. Full stop. God's loving kindness and mercies, M-E-R-S, M-E-R-C-I-E-S. God's loving kindness and mercies are not like those of human creatures who all depend upon one another and often expect some kindness or recognition in return. Of course, some may not require kindness, but rather recognition. If a rich man does something for you, he expects you to at least recognize it, appreciate it, but not necessarily for you to return his kindness. Or maybe they're connected. Maybe they are connected. kindness or recognition in return. Full stop. God is above all wants and depends in no way whatsoever on his creatures. Mm. He doesn't depend on it. He doesn't depend on your prayers. If you pray, it's for your own good. He doesn't need your prayers. He doesn't need my prayers. He's self-sufficient. Mm. Full stop of on his creatures. Uh, his mercies have therefore a special quality, comma, which we cannot describe except by gratefully singing the praises, except by gratefully singing the praises of God. Compare chapter 2, sign 267. Let's see if we can go there and see. By constantly uh, singing the praises of God. Chapter 2, sign 267. Let's see. 267. 267. Chapter 2, 267. Chapter 2, 267. We're there. Chapter 2, 267. O ye who believe, give all, sorry, O ye who believe, exclamation mark, give of the good things which ye have honorably earned. Honorably is in brackets. And of the fruits of the earth which we have produced for you, and do not aim at anything which is bad, comma, out of it ye may give away something when ye yourselves would not receive it except with closed eyes. Oh, I love this verse. Except with closed eyes. And know that God is free of all wants. That's Ghanaian. That's Ghanaian. And worthy of all praise. And worthy of all praise. Do not do good or do sacrifice with something that is gotten with closed eyes. That means gotten in a very wrong way. Maybe you are cheating somebody. You cheat somebody, then you go and give zakat. No. That's what closed eyes mean here. So it's nice we went there. I think it's a verse or it's a sign that I would like to remember or to keep in mind. I knew it already, but I will note it down. 2, 2, 6, 7. Somebody wants to build a mosque, for instance, we've seen it, and he goes to seize somebody's land to build the mosque. No good, bad child. The land is not for you, it's for God. The one you seize the land from, even it's not for him, it's for God. God hasn't asked you to go and seize somebody's land to build his house of worship. No. That's what I mean by closed eyes. And viewers, that was sign 64 of section 8 of chapter 22 of the Holy Quran. And it brings us to the end of section 8. When we come back in our next episode, we shall go to section 9. Thank you very much. Bye bye. May God be with you all. Au revoir.